It's become ever so clear that the people that are criticizing some of the new games that are coming out these past few years are hypocrites. And we're seeing that being made more decisively clearer with Marvel Rivals as the people that come out and criticize these games that are bringing in beautiful character designs and overall gameplay that is engaging a large amount of fan base are hypocrites. And that's what we're seeing with a lot of people reacting to this game, from developers themselves that are frustrated with the success this game is seeing, that is siphoning a lot of game players from their games to play this game. And more than anything, we're getting that same reaction from the fake gamers, or the modern audience as we like to call them, that are coming out and attacking this game for overly appealing to the male gaze. And of course, that's what we're seeing with Twitter and social media posts online that are criticizing Marvel Rivals for its new skin of the Mistress of Hate, or aka the Invisible Woman, Sue Storm, who has this costume that is comic accurate, but it's too revealing to the minds of Twitter gender studies majors. And that's what we're seeing with a lot of feminist activists out there that are criticizing this game for appealing to the male gamer. And this is the thing that we always see with these new games that come out that have these skins that are more provocative and more attractive than the usual gaming characters that we see from the Western gaming industry. We get this cycle of attacks that attacks these skins, attacks the gamers that like playing games with these skins, and overall the developers for creating these skins, because it's creating an unsafe atmosphere for women. And this is what we see from Twitter social media posts putting out this idea is like, why you're making this type of female content. And this ex-user comes out and says, Marvel Rivals, are you going to do this to female characters only, or are you going to do this to male ones as well? It's really weird that you're doing this. And this is a typical response that we hear for all games that come out with this type of provocative or attractive, appealing female characters, where they're saying, why are you always doing this to female characters? Why you always do this to the female characters that are supposed to be heroes in video games? You're always trying to make them look attractive and appealing to the male gaze, and it's unfair that you don't do it to male characters as well. And if you know anything about Marvel Rivals in the game and the game characters that are in there and how they're designed, you know this is patently false, because we have game characters like the Hulk that are in their underwear basically fighting in skin tight clothes. And of course we have that dichotomy of showing Storm right here. Yes, she's in a revealing outfit, but then you can go to Namor, who's half naked most of the time during the game with his many different costumes. This is the pure hypocrisy that we usually hear from people that really don't even play games. They're there for the political talking points. And I think that's what we see with a lot of conversation happening around gaming right now, where we're here having political talking points that have a complete disregard for the games that are coming out themselves, where it's not even about the games. It's about talking points that people want to inject into the gaming atmosphere. You can just look at Namor right here. He's more undressed than any other character in the game. He's just basically in underwear for the most part. And you can see a similar comment from the same person that was deriding Marvel Rivals for having Invisible Woman in her attire. And you're just like thinking, okay, you're kind of the hypocrite here. Here's Namor wearing way less than the Invisible Woman, and you're not complaining about that. You're actually excited about that. You want to see more of it. So it's this hypocritical mindset that we're seeing from people that are criticizing these games. And it makes you think, are these bots? Are these real people? Because they're criticizing the game for not having enough of this, and they're praising the game for even having it at all. And I'm like, this is the kind of thing that we see a lot in the gaming industry with a lot of the social media posts that are coming out from this modern audience that they're trying to attract. They're usually people that don't play the games, or they have a double mind about the games, where they ignore the things that they want that are in the game, and they hyper focus on the things that they don't want in the game, and they compare it to the things that they already get in the game, saying the thing that they get is not in the game. And it's just confusing, and it gets back to this overall progressive philosophy that we have invading the video gaming space, where you have to have this double think mindset where you ignore the fallacy of your own logic of your argument. And I think that's the thing that we see here with a lot of people that are arguing against some of the skins in Marvel Rivals. They're contradicting themselves, saying, why don't you do this to male characters, when they already have done it to male characters? We see this comparison right here. This is the same person complaining about it, saying they love that this is happening to a male character 4 months ago. So it's just this kind of absent-mindedness in their arguments that kind of just fly in the face of what we've been seeing in the gaming industry for the past few years, where it's these false arguments that are just there to ridicule, hate, and bring down the overall product quality of the game that is being produced. And I think that is the thing that we have to see now. There's a hypocritical gamer out there that is just out there to tear down these video games. That is the modern audience that a lot of developers are chasing after right now. They're not even playing the games. They're there to criticize those games, to alter and change them, and to manipulate them. And I think that's what we're seeing here with some Twitter users and X users that are complaining about some of these new skins in the game. And it's funny to see this happening in the gaming industry as it shifts more towards Eastern developers that just have no care for this nonsense that's happening in America right now. And I think that's what we're seeing with NetEase Games, where it just doesn't care about these conversations. It's out there just to make a massive amount of money, and that's exactly what it's doing right now. It's already reaching high peaks of over 517,000. It had previous peaks in the 448,000 during its release time, and it's even going higher than that with the release of the Fantastic Four update that just recently came out. This is the thing that we've been seeing with a lot of entities in the industry nowadays, where they're trying to push back against this changing evolution or revolution, where we're going back to actually making appealing designs that are capturing the audience of a lot of gamers, even harming other developers like Overwatch that put out similar content that is just not getting that same response anymore, where gamers are just pushing back and just not really getting into these games anymore. They're just leaving them to the wayside for Marvel rivals. And I think that's the biggest thing that is irking a lot of people in the industry, and even more so, it's irking the hypocritical gamer out there, where they want to hate this game and they want to love it at the same time. But they hate that a majority of normal gamers, which is predominantly male, are enjoying this game even more so. And I think that frustration with that majority audience of gamers enjoying this game is bringing about the hypocriticalness that we're seeing now on social media websites, where people are saying, you're not doing this to male characters, but they are doing this to male characters, but you're not doing it enough, but they kind of are doing it enough to male characters. You could just look at some random pictures of some of these male characters where you can see they're wearing skin-tight clothes with their muscles bulging out. This is as objectifying as you can get, and they're doing it equally across genders. And I think even more so than that, this game is not playing the political game that a lot of people demand from gaming studios. It's just doing what it wants to do most to make money, and it's making a massive amount of money. It made over $136 million in its first month. That is just showing how much game players love this game, and it's never going to be ending, I think, for NetEase Games. They have a property that is hot on the market, and I think it's going to be hot on the market for a very long time, much in the way Overwatch was. And I think this is what we can expect, because Marvel in general is just a story franchise that just has too much characters that can appeal to a mass fan base. And I think that is the thing that is winning out in the end. And the hypocritical gamer is searching for anything to tear down this game, and I just don't think it's going to work. It's already winning out there. No one cares about any of the criticisms out there, and more than anything else, the developer themselves don't care. So I think this game is just going to keep on trucking, and the hypocritical gamers out there are going to continue to lose their mind over it. But that's just my 2 cents on the situation. I'd like to hear your thoughts. Like, comment, share, subscribe. This is Wagner Knows Why. Catch you next time.